We all toe dropping, man. You rocking with the best. DJ Chop.
What up, world? A.M.B.I.T.I.O.N, aka ambitiously motivated beyond intellectual techniques, intertwining others naturally. Repping the toe dropping fam with my boy here, Vato. About to give y'all a quick interview, a quick bio, and let y'all know a little bit about myself.
We all toe dropping, man.
I started making music in 5th grade because I started playing the piano in 3rd grade, the drums in 5th grade, and the bass guitar in 7th. And I started composing my own music in the 5th, started making drum rudiments and putting lyrics to the beats and stuff. Got into rock, different genres, and then in middle school I started freestyling and rapping. And high school I started taking the music more seriously on the hip-hop side, and I started writing my own lyrics and putting songs together. And I got in the studio first time when I was 15 years old. That's when I laid down my first track in a professional studio, and then I kind of just put the music off for a while until I graduated high school. Once I graduated high school, I started taking it more seriously, and I started recording mixtapes on my own, independently, on my MacBook, with just the MacBook computer and headphones, and I would push them over MySpace and all that on the internet. This is back in the day, and then I went from there, and I had a little mishap when I was about 19 years old in the game that pissed me off and made me lose all my motivation for this music, because I was dealing with some dirty people in the game, and more or less for 5 years basically I took it all off. I stopped doing music, stopped messing with it because I was tired of it, sick of all the grunginess. And then I came here to Victoria in 2012. I met a cat, Ackham's, CJ, up at my job, and he introduced me to toe dropping, the toe dropping fam, and that's where it all clicked, and just things happened naturally, and ever since then I've been back in the music and taking it more serious than ever, you know.
We all toe dropping, man.
My team is toe dropping. You know, we're not a group. There's a common misconception we're a group. No, that's not true. We're a team of independent artists who push each other. The idea is, you know, one man behind the other pushes the next man. That's how we'll all eventually get there, and we're going to come back for the team when one of us does get there. My label is J. Gervin Productions. I do all my music through J. Gervin Productions. JGP is JGP for real, dude. Y'all rappers spitting flow funky as me, dude. Done traveled the road through the mountain hills. Who came in to win it? I quit the game and still lose. You know, it's JGP. And shit, like I said, I started working with these boys when I came down to Victoria in 2012. And a lot of things have happened since then, ups and downs, you know, and it's been fun, but I look forward to the future, you know, bigger things are to come.
We all toe dropping, man.
When I was 15 years old, I started through a personal relationship with my brother from another mother, Be Rich. We started chilling with Devin the Dude and kicking at the coffee pot of his studio. And one thing led to another. You know, we hung out multiple times and started going to shows. You know, we've been up on stage. It was when I was sophomore in high school, up on stage with Devin the Dude, you know, chilling. And never really got to a music level with him besides, you know, a freestyle that I kicked one time on a DVD, but never got real serious, and we never got to a business level with him. It was just more of a personal level. But then other than that, recently, in the last 2 years, man, we've worked collectively with a lot of artists. But me personally, I've been doing shows with, we did shows opening up for Charlie Boy, Beat King, Ray P, Little Flip, let's see, Fat Bastard, K Reno, which is that was one of my favorites to open up for, because that's one of my legends I grew up on, and man, it was crazy. But shaking his hand and meeting him. But also Baby Savage, and you know, a bunch of artists out here, and it's been good, it's been fun. And also, you know, we worked with them on different projects. We got a song with Baby Savage, we got a song coming out with Kylie, and hopefully another large name artist. I don't want to jinx myself, so I'm gonna keep quiet about that one. But with that being said, you know, it's been a pleasure working with all these artists, and I've learned something from each and every one of them. And that's the largest thing you can do, is sit back and observe when you see these big artists. Instead of being starstruck and, you know, freaking out wanting to get a picture with them, sit back and observe how they handle themselves and what notes you can take, so that when you're in that position, maybe one day you'll know how to handle yourself or how not to handle yourself. You know, that's one thing that I've tried to do when I work with these large artists, is I take notes and I observe, you know. I try to sit back and listen.
We all toe dropping, man.
Well, actually, if you're talking about artist-wise, my largest influence, my first hip-hop CD I ever bought was Busy Bone. And so Bone Thugs has been a large influence in my music. Also, all the stuff I grew up on, Busta Rhymes, Devin the Dudes had a lot of influence. I could go on and on about Twista. Man, there's so many that have influence on my music. But as far as other than artists, just like outside things in your life that have influence, my family drives a lot of my music. You know, I have a fiance and a 2-year-old son that I work hard for. I go to school. I'm not your typical artist because I go to college, and this December I'll have my bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in marketing because I took my craft seriously, and I knew that you know, when they say invest in yourself, I took that and spun it a different way. You know, I spun it a different way. I invested in myself by hiring my education. You know, because I feel like that's the best thing I could do to further my career at this point. And so my largest influence is my son and my fiance. You know, my family. That's what keeps me going and what keeps me pushing. And if you listen to my music, that's a large amount of what I talk about.
We all told dropping, man.
My style really is a style of its own because I speak my story in my family and my everyday grind and work. You know, I don't sell dope. Although I probably sold more green than 95% of these local artists in my lifetime. But I don't brag about it in my music because if I talk about it in my music, I talk about it in a learning experience because that's dumb. I was dumb. I was an idiot. And I learned from that, grew from that. And now I'm about to get my bachelor's degree in business administration in December. You know, that's what differentiates my style is I'm going to tell you about my family and my grind and how the shit that I did do was stupid, honestly. And that's what it comes down to, you know. But it helped me, and it helped me learn and get a strong business ethics, you know, where now I can put those into my business principles today to be smarter in business practice, you know, at the end of the day.
We all told dropping, man.
This is actually a good question, man, because I got some artists in Victoria and the surrounding areas I'm big fans of. As far as Victoria goes, man, Mike Chaos, Chaos Radio, hands down, that dude has mad talent. That dude has mad talent. What I like is someone who has their own style, their own lyrics, and has a message behind their lyrics. That dude has mad talent and always has a message behind his lyrics. You know, Mike Chaos, I'll ride with that dude to the death for 361. You know, he's one of the most talented rappers, I think. And I also want to give shouts to the A.M.B.I.T.I.O.N. Damn, you know, Jeff Salinas, that boy got his own style, you know, and much respect for him. He got, you know, he got the delivery. I like his music, you know. We've always worked with Mo Killer, you know, much love for Mo Killer. And, you know, those are my main artists in Victoria. But as far as Edna goes, man, Young Pat, toe dropping's ride or die with Young Pat because we've been through it with him, man. We've been through some ups and downs, been to Louisiana and back on a crazy trip. It's stayed in the Florida first night, stayed in the Hilton the second night, and I'm not lying. Stayed in the Hilton the second night after this. Crazy trip. But man, I got much love for Young Pat and his music. He's a talented artist, and he's got a lot of drive, ambition. He's a family man too. I respect that.
We all told dropping, man.
I mean, when these promoters and these managers and these labels tell you invest in yourself, you know, real quick, let's talk about those 3 words. Invest in yourself. All right. Paying $150 for a slot to open up for a washed up rapper who hasn't had a good song in 10 years to perform in front of 50 to 75 people who didn't come there to see you, and they're probably not even paying attention to your music while you perform, is not going to further your career. It's not going to further your career. It will help you get experience. If you don't have experience on the stage, that's part of what you need to do is get some experience on the stage to gain stage presence, but it's not going to further your career paying $150 to open up for a washed up rapper. You could put that $150 to get in your publishing and writing rights on ASCAP, you know, and become a licensed publisher and writer where you can actually claim your material and it can't get stolen, you know. Put that money into the legalities that you need to take to make sure that you don't end up getting sued in court. You know, I heard this story the other day about this rapper. Man, who was it? Man, I can't remember who it is, but he legitimately didn't know he had to pay his taxes. And so he got locked up. Man, I wish I could remember who it is, but he got locked up because he didn't know he had to pay his taxes. How the hell do you make 7 figures a year and you don't know that you have to pay taxes? That's crazy. Like, some of these rappers actually don't have that level of knowledge, that simple elementary level. But anyway, with that being said, uh, invest in yourself. Invest in your licensing, publishing rights, writing rights. Invest in your education to further your education, so that way you can learn the right principles you need to apply to business every day, and you can do this shit yourself, or you can open your own label one day. That's when they say invest in yourself, and invest in putting yourself out and promoting your music over, through these social networks and stuff like that. Invest your time, not necessarily money. Invest your time. I've been number one on Reverb Nation hip hop charts in Victoria for over 6 months. Over 6 months, I've been number one, and I haven't spent anything. I haven't spent a single dollar on that website. You know why? Because I've invested time in the past by making networking connections to where now, the most play I get is on Reverb Nation of plays, and actively people engaging me and engaging with me and sending me messages about how good this song is and how much it affects them. If you go to my Reverb Nation right now, you'll go up and down the wall. There's 50 comments on there telling them how my music got them through stuff, and they love this song, and they enjoyed it, and I wouldn't even ever known that these people would have never reached my music if it wasn't for that, and I didn't pay a single dollar for that. I just put a little time to set up the account and whatever. But with that being said, invest in yourself means more than just money. Invest your time too. You gotta allocate your time where it's needed. If you don't practice and you go up on stage and you've never practiced together, like we've done before. When Toe Dropping had our first show, it was all 6 of us artists. We had lived all over Texas, so we had never even performed together. We had never even practiced together, and we had songs together that we had just done digitally over the computers and shit. And we went our first show. There's a video of it on my Reverb Nation, the A.M.B.I.T.I.O.N video, if you go check it out. But that's our first show ever, and we had never even practiced together before. You just see the natural collaboration on stage, but anyway, with that being said, you need to practice. That was a bad idea. You need to practice, and otherwise you're gonna look like a fool on stage. Probably, that's the best thing I feel like you could do to improve your stage presence.
We all toe dropping, man.
You can download our mixtape Hard Work Pays Off right now on Dat.Piff. It's bronze certified. I believe that means over 150,000 downloads or something like that. I don't know. It means a lot of downloads, and keep downloading it, please. Thank you, each and every one of y'all, for downloading it. Also, shit, every day I'm at UHV. Holler at me. I always got mixtapes in the backpack. I'll give them to you for free if you find me at school. If you shout at me and you say, hey, Ambition, I want a mixtape, I'll pull one out of my backpack. I'll probably give you 2 right then and tell you, give your homeboy 1 too. You can always find me, and I have mixtapes in my backpack at all times. So on top of that, you can contact me on Reverb. A lot of people have contacted me on Reverb for mixtapes. That's another benefit of Reverb. I've made money through Reverb essentially and never paid a dime.
We all toe dropping, man.
We're gonna just keep working and perfecting our craft. Stay humble. Keep trying to grow, develop, and educate ourselves, and keep learning. Keep learning and perfecting our craft. With that being said, the LP Minded Ease, we're going to be working on releasing in the summer of next year. That's going to be consistent of me and Jay Gervin. That's going to be, I look forward to that project a whole lot. There's going to be a lot of unique sounds on that, and that's going to be something that we want to push to the top. That's going to be our first LP. We're trying to make an album, and eventually, and have all the exclusives and everything. With that being said, the Definition of Family, our collaborative mixtape, just dropped on July 31st. You can download that right now on Dat.Piff also. No Time to Think, collaborative mixtape of just toe dropping artists. That's going to drop probably spring of next year, if not late this year. And that's going to be for free download also. I'll let y'all know the outlets you can get that at. And also the collaborative mixtape Conscious, featuring Jay Gervin and myself, is in the works also. That'll be releasing sometime next year. There's a lot more projects coming out with the toe dropping artists. Go to Facebook, look up Toe Dropping Media, Toe Dropping Music, like the page. Go to my Reverb and like the page, become a fan, so that way you can keep updated with all the latest events. And with that being said, I appreciate the time from my boy Vato, and much love to all the 361 artists. And keep doing what y'all are doing. I've been, last couple years since I've been here, I feel like I've seen the hip-hop gradually, the community gradually increase, and people becoming more supportive and participative, and that's the best thing we can do is all work together, you know, to try to boost the whole community as a whole, you know. And with that being said, I'm signing out, you know, toe dropping, and A.M.B.I.T.I.O.N. I'll holler at you. Before I leave real quick, you know, I want to drop y'all with a little story, you know, a little something, you know. All right, so check it. So, you know, this will tell you a little bit about myself too, you know. I'm tossing and turning, thoughts deeply concerning, got me submerged knee deep through this journey, fed up with the bolt 2 times that have burned me, well done. Willingness to fail is none, for this dirty game absurdly stirring controversy, surely thought I reap deserving rewards virtually murky. What is made for detours? Recall speak for those without a voice who secure is a word, never fail to reach toward, with all of ability. While the sudden hostility, no stranger to mobility, move around. If you ain't feeling me, fear is instilled when hope is a move. I try to keep focused but cope with the truth that life has its angles but none too acute. Learn through experience, grow through your roots. I'm getting this feeling that this is all worthless. Everyday problems or struggles, they surface by begging for dollars. I'm honestly nervous, I'm hardly surviving with every last purchase. I hardly pay rent now. I've hung up my shirt in, the curtains open on a new life. They always knew that I knew right. Had to clear my vision to see true sight. Took family to see true life and to do right. Had to spend a couple cool nights and lose sight with dudes like no. When your time is up, there ain't no time out. No. When your time is up, there ain't no time out.
We all toe dropping, man. You rocking with the best, DJ Chop.